if you are a beginner looking to get into the hobby, there is no better airplane, in my opinion, than the FMS Ranger 1220 millimeter. Now, version 1 was only available in yellow. Version 2, we have green, yellow, or red. Now, I got the green one, as you guys can see. It does come ready to fly with the remote, the plane, the battery is in my pocket, which I'll go over in a second. I recommend this plane over any other ready-to-fly beginner plane for so many reasons. The main one being it actually looks like what a scale airplane should look like, right? It almost resembles like a high-wing Cessna 152. That's important because you have a lot of these beginner planes, pusher prop planes, all this kind of stuff. They're just funny looking to me. So this is the best looking and it flies amazing. Now, if you have the version 1 already and you're looking to upgrade, I definitely wouldn't go out and buy this. There's not that many differences to make this, you know, worth buying again, rather than just get yourself a different FMS plane if you're used to flying. But if you have never flown an RC airplane before and you're looking to get into the hobby, the version 2 is definitely the way to go. Now, I'm going to put this down for a second. It does come with the remote, like I said. We also have a 3S 1300 milliamp battery. It's going to give it good power and good runtime, right? We're going to get 8 to 15 minutes on this pack, but you can run even bigger. So I have a 2200 here. It really doesn't mess up the CG too much. You could go all the way up to a 3000, guys. You're going to get a lot of time flying this. The landing gear, super durable. Look at this front gear. You could literally smack the ground with this and you're not going to break it. The rear wheels are also super sturdy. Now, what I like that they did with the version 2 that they didn't do with the version 1 is that you get floats with this, but you don't have to. So version 1 was $250. Use my discount code, you save 10%. It came with floats. You can buy this for the same price with the floats, but you can get it for $229 without the float. So it's cool that they offer that. They also have this in a plug and play version, and it has Reflex version 3. So version 1 Ranger had Reflex version 2. This one comes with version 3, which means you could get the app and adjust everything. So let's get this thing in the air, man. Now, I never touched on this. These are FlySky remotes, FlySky receivers. So if you guys do have one of these planes and you did want to use this remote on a different plane, let's say, you know, you crashed your Ranger, you're ready for the next plane. You can use this on a different airplane. You're just going to take the receiver out or buy a new receiver, bind it up to this remote, and then toggle all these switches and make sure all your control surfaces are moving in the right direction. So yes, not programmable. You can't use it on more than one plane at a time. But if you do crash this or something happens and you want to get another airplane, you can use this remote. So let's get this little battery in right here and get this thing up. Now, before we put this in the air, the reason these are good for beginners is because of that Reflex version 3. So before I even fly it, I just want to show you guys, if you've never flown a plane, what the gyro does. Now, this switch right here on the remote, 3-position switch. So when it's in the middle, yep, we're in the middle here, we have full control of this airplane, right? So meaning if I go left, I have full control. It's going to bank over. Now also, if you hear it, it's not correcting anything. In the bottom position, it's going to correct itself. So if I go left and I bring the plane left, it's called bank limit. That's as far as it's going to let you go. And if I let go of the stick, perfectly back to normal, right? So left, let go of the stick, it auto levels. Makes it very simple. Now in the up position, it's wind correction. So you hear the servos moving. So essentially, if it's windy and the wind would normally bob a plane around, it's going to fight the wind to keep it as level as possible. So it makes it very nice. It takes a lot of workload off of a new pilot and just kind of makes it a lot more enjoyable to fly. Now, I'm going to fly this first time with safe on, or safe the gyro on, and show you guys what my hands do. Look how sharp this thing turns. Talk about taxiing. All right, let's get this thing in the air. Nice and easy, about half throttle, and a light lift. Now, I have that battery a little far back, it feels like, but we're gonna trim it out. This is a Maiden on this remote. Let's see. Right there, level as can be, a little bit of left aileron. That's it, guys. I'm about 55% throttle, and you have yourself a beginner plane. Look, my hands are off. It's gonna fly, do what it does. Now, let's shut that gyro off for a second. And I know if you're watching this, it might be your first airplane you're considering getting. Let's just talk capabilities. It's a very capable airplane. You can do things like hover. You can fly inverted. It's got plenty of power to power out of that. It's got a nice little roll rate for a high wing. So these Rangers, this is why I pitch these, because they fly extremely easy, very nimble, but still you're not gonna get bored with it because it is capable. Like I said, you shut that gyro off. I have the wind correction mode on. This is 100% gyro off. Now you'll see it bobbing around a little. It is kind of windy out here. Nah, it's pretty dialed. Now guys, watch this. So if you're flying, right? We're up high, we go inverted. We're gonna lose the plane. Just turn the gyro back on. The plane auto levels itself. As you see there, my hands are off the sticks. So it's a really nice feature to have. It doesn't matter how old you are or how nervous you are to fly this, or, you know, we all get nervous to fly new planes, but having that gyro available will give you the confidence you need to take off and land this thing successfully. Hey, touched. Now let's keep it nice and slow for a little bit. I'll show you guys how easy it is to fly at slow speeds. These high wings have less of a stall tendency, right? So I wouldn't go crazy slow, but I wouldn't worry about so much this thing falling out of the sky as if, you know, it was a low wing plane. These are trainers, man. They're meant to do this stuff. So if you have a small flying field, this is definitely fine. If you have a big flying field, even better. You can open it up and really show how much power it has. Now I'm gonna come left or right to left, show you top speed. Power is on. So on that 3S, it definitely got good power. Now again, I'm shutting the gyro off. Let's get this thing up, see what kind of vertical she got. Climbing, climbing. And that's about all she gave. That was probably 250 feet, not bad. Really no pitch change inverted. So with the battery they give you, it seems the CG is spot on. Like I said, guys, I fly all the time and I don't get bored flying planes like this. It's a lot of fun, a lot of comfort with that gyro, so accessible. Hit it at any time. Let's try to do a touch and go with the gyro off. The only issue I have with these remotes, which I really wish all of these companies would fix, is give the option to apply some expo. I really wish we could put some expo on this. It would make it that much better, that much easier to hover. You know, even for a beginner, it would be nice to be able to throw 35, 40% expo on these sticks. Just to give you a little more confidence. Those jittery fingers, you see, if your fingers are jittering, the plane's gonna react. So the average person flying for the first time is gonna have shaky fingers, and you notice it in the plane. But if you have a little expo, you won't see it. Let's see if it knife edges. Yeah, plenty of run at a knife edge. I'm telling you guys, these things are amazing, these planes. I really like them. I think FMS really knocks it out the park with their beginner planes. Now this is version 2. I know it's the same molds. To me, it looks like the exact same mold. They made the fuselage a 2-piece in case you need to take it apart, but I really wish they added flaps to this or even lights. That kind of, for me, would have solidified, even if you have version 1, to go and pick up version 2. I will say it definitely has a little more power than version 1. As you see, I'm hanging it a little easier than the version 1. The version 1 doesn't hover as well. But yeah, solid unit, man. I definitely recommend these things. Now let's see what kind of land I could get. You know what? Let's come into the wind. These things float forever. Power is off. Not the best. Now they do say this thing is somewhat stall capable, right? So let's go into the wind for that. Let's see how fast you could get up. To really claim stall, I guess we would need flaps, but I'm sure it'll get up pretty fast. So we're gonna go full elevator, full power. Oh, almost stalled. She gets up quick. I would say that was probably 4 feet. Well, another winner by FMS. Like I said, if I could change anything about version 2, I would have added flaps and I would have added lights. That would have solidified anybody who had version 1 to upgrade to version 2. Now, if you don't have an RC airplane at all and you're looking for something nice, easy flying to get you into the hobby, Highly recommend these things. I've been recommending the version 1 probably for 2 years now. I've seen 10, 15 people personally at this field learn how to fly on the version 1. Version 2 takes it one step further. You could adjust all your settings via an app with that version 3 Reflex, and you got 3 colors to choose from: green, red, or yellow. And like I said, you could get the floats. You could opt out of the floats if you want to save a little money and you think you'll never fly on water. So FMS really stepping it up, man. I enjoy this. I'm going to teach a few people how to fly this thing, and then I will finally part ways with it. So if you guys are here watching this video at this point, comment your name down below, because one of you might be the lucky guy that gets this plane. As always, appreciate you watching. Till next time.